Heart disease. These two small words haunt thousands of women each year. 1 in 3 will lose their life to heart disease, making it the leading cause of death among women. This is why Alpha Phi is driven to put a stop to heart disease. The Alpha Phi Foundation is the philanthropic recipient of all money raised through the 162 Alpha Phi chapters. Donations are divided among 4 aspects relating to Alpha Phi core values. The first aspect is heart health research, which helps to find a cure for heart disease. Second, donations go toward prevention efforts, which aims to educate women on how to protect themselves from heart disease. The third is the Forget-Me-Not Fund for sisters in extreme instances of need. And the last is character development. This gives Alpha Phi women the opportunity to receive scholarships and attend leadership events. Alpha Phi does this to help women live healthier and longer lives. One woman, one chapter, one sisterhood, changing lives one heartbeat at a time.
A friend that I grew up with, knowing my entire life, passed away when she was a freshman in high school due to heart disease. It was random, no one saw it coming, and she was running on the treadmill after school and her heart acted up and she passed away immediately. She was one of the most fun-loving, nice, caring, and giving girls that I've ever known.
They said that she's going on her daily run like she does every day, and her heart just stopped. They thought her heart murmur wasn't gonna affect her in that way or potentially kill her, but it did. And she was pronounced dead on the scene when the paramedics arrived, but they were able to bring her back. They said if they had gone there at least 2 minutes later, she wouldn't have made it. So I practically lost my aunt that day.
All of a sudden my mom's face started drooping and she was freaking out and I had no idea what was going on, and she luckily knew what was going on. She said, I'm having a stroke, we need to go to the hospital. She went in and got checked to see what the cause was, and they found a hole in her heart.
I just fell to my knees and started praying. I prayed that everything would be okay and that my dad would be okay and we were gonna be okay. And I walked up through the ER doors and my mom just ran up to me and said, he's gone. And I don't remember anything except just seeing the ground.
I think of how her parents said, goodbye, Emily, have a nice day at school, and never heard from her again. She sat with her friends at the lunch table and they never saw her again. So when I think of heart disease, I think of her and how I don't want any parents, brothers, sisters, or friends to ever have that feeling ever again.
Obviously the heart attack was a surprise to my dad too. I think that, actually heart attacks have run in the family. My grandfather died from one, my great-grandfather died from one, but he just I don't know, because he was such an athlete and because he always worked out and he was a marathon runner, he never really thought that would be a reality for him, or if it was, it would be much later in life.
My grandpa, Jim Wani, was diagnosed with heart disease when he was 65 years old, and he's been a fighter for over 20 years now. When he first discovered that he had heart disease, he was constantly grabbing his chest in pain, and that's when they discovered that he had this disease.
I was diagnosed with an SVT, which was what caused my heart rate to get up to over 300 randomly. Some people who have it don't have it as much. Their heart rate doesn't get as high and they can control it, but I couldn't. It happened from anything from exercise to just stretching in gym class to just hanging out with my friends. It would happen, and I wore a heart rate monitor that monitored these incidences, and they just happened so much and so often, and my heart rate got so high and I wasn't able to stop it on my own.
She just said that my Uncle Jimmy had died the night before. He had had a heart condition his entire life, and so when he was in his mid-20s, he had corrective surgery, and so we all thought he was absolutely normal. And he had gone to work out that night and was on a rowing machine because he liked rowing, and had went into cardiac arrest and died.
So when we had our CPR certification class where we learned how to do CPR, everyone was really excited about it, and it just made me feel good that everyone was so excited to help others in a way that I couldn't help my dad when the situation came. And I think that it's really important that we all are CPR certified, and I think that the more we get the word out through all of our philanthropy events, Mr. Heartthrob, Red Dress, any of those, I think that we can change people's lives.
I never got to meet my grandfather, and it was because he didn't take care of himself as much as he should have. He should have been checking up more at the hospital. He should have been taking care of his high cholesterol. And so my focus really is to make sure that my dad can do that. And what really attracted me to Alpha Phi was that we were so close to this cause and this disease that was so close to my family.
On Philanthropy Night, I thought all these sisters are standing together to fight a cause that she passed away from and thousands of women pass away from, so that really encouraged me to join Alpha Phi.
Looking around the room and seeing how connected each and every one of these girls were to the philanthropy, I just knew that Alpha Phi is where I belonged, and this was something I really cared about.
There's something just so beautiful about watching 100 girls that you feel personally connected to, that you love so much, who are working to help a cause that also affects you so personally now. I wonder, if I'd been an Alpha Phi for 4 years and I knew everything, if I'd be able to be like, before anything ever happened, been like, hey Dad, you eat too much pizza and burritos. Why don't we eat lettuce?
I think that we all know somebody in our lives who has been affected by a heart disease or heart complication of some sort. And there are so many things in the world that need to be fundraised for and things that need to have attention brought upon them. And I'm really, really proud of everything that Alpha Phi has done so far, because I think that heart health is something that can be in our control and can be something that we conquer.